Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making a dish that's perfect for that cold and chilly weather out there, as with each spoonful, it promises to warm your soul. We're talking a Spanish butterbean and potato stew. This is known as un guiso de Judiones de la Granja con Patatas. Now we've done a lot of bean stews here on the show, but this one right here really stands out above the rest, as butter beans have a bigger size than other beans and an incredible meaty texture, which is what gives this stew that incredible pop of goodness. Folks, we're talking super easy to make, simple heart-healthy ingredients, and the kind of food that's gonna make you feel like $1,000,000. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. La Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients, like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. While the oil is heating, I'm going to cut 2 slices from a baguette, each one being 2 centimeters thick, which is 3/4 of an inch, and remove the skins from 4 cloves of garlic. Then we'll add the slices of baguette and the cloves of garlic into the stock pot. Then we're going to cook these ingredients between 3 to 4 minutes or until they're golden fried. In the meantime, I'm going to finely chop 1 small onion, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, and cut 2 carrots that have been peeled, each one to small bite-sized pieces. Once the slices of baguette and the cloves of garlic are golden fried, we'll remove them from the stock pot, add them into a mortar, and then set it aside. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, we'll add in the chopped vegetables. And as you know, when I cut the vegetables into smaller chunks, I like to mix them around continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and everything evenly sautés. After 3 to 4 minutes and the vegetables are lightly sautéed, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of sherry vinegar, which is 15 milliliters. You can also use red wine vinegar here, or even apple cider vinegar. We'll also add in 2 teaspoons of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 5 grams, and 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, which is about 3 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix until it's well mixed together. Then we'll add in 2 tomatoes that have been finely grated. You can substitute this for half a cup of canned tomato sauce or even passata, which is 120 grams. And season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed, and then simmer it for a few minutes. While the grated tomatoes simmering, I'm going to cut 2 medium-sized potatoes that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry, each one to small bite-sized pieces that are 2 centimeters thick, which once again is about 3/4 of an inch. Important to use potatoes here that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better in stews. I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can also use new potatoes, Golden Delight, or even red potatoes. And we'll also drain 2 cans of butter beans into a colander and rinse the beans under some water. The size of the cans that I'm using are 15.5 ounces, which is 440 grams each. After simmering the grated tomato for about 5 minutes, and you can see that it's really thickened up, we'll add in the chopped potatoes, the drained butter beans, and just enough vegetable broth to barely cover the ingredients, which is 3 cups in my case, or 720 milliliters. You can use other liquids here, such as chicken broth or even beef broth. Either way, link on how to make my homemade veggie broth in the description box below. Then we'll add in 1 bay leaf, turn it up to a high heat, and give it a gentle mix. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low-medium heat, and we're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes or until those potatoes are just cooked through. In the meantime, let's go back to the mortar with the slices of baguette and garlic. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams, and a pinch of sea salt. And using a pestle, we'll pound down on the ingredients until we form a paste-like texture. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can also use a handheld blender here, a food processor, or even a NutriBullet. Okay, let's move back to the stew. After simmering it for about 20 minutes, those potatoes should be perfectly cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick just to ensure that they're done. For the final step, I'm going to add in the bread and garlic mixture, and we'll give it a gentle mix until the mixture is well incorporated into the stew. And let me tell you, this mixture is not going to only thicken the stew, but it's also going to give it a beautiful lift of flavors. Then remove the stock pot from the heat. Transfer some of the stew into a shallow bowl. And garnish with fresh parsley. Check it out, un guiso de Judiones de la Granja con Patatas. A Spanish butter bean and potato stew. So easy to make, the simplest ingredients, and all done in about 40 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. I'm telling you, it is a cold and chilly day outside, so you know this is gonna hit the spot. Enormous bite, here we go. All right, finish it. So much food, but so good. Mission accomplished. With that first bite, instantly warms your soul. But for me, the real winner here is that we used very basic ingredients like canned butter, beans, and potatoes and created such a beautiful dish. Folks, give this a try at home. Serve it next to a crunchy baguette, and of course a bottle of Spanish red wine. More specifically from the region of Toro, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a fabulous meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Rob Haskins, Daniela Brand, Catherine Orwitz, and Cristina Garcia Sen. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way we can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.